What's up, YouTube? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be sharing ways in which you can help the people of Palestine. So if you've been feeling a little bit down, a little bit hopeless because you don't know what to do to help, I'm going to give you various ways in which you can do so, okay? So the first way is that you can donate directly to a family through their GoFundMe links, okay, which I'm going to share in the comment section and in the description box of this video. Immediately after I upload it, I'm going to give you guys lots of links for a lot of families, two of which reached out to me today saying that they have no food, asking kindly if I can send them some money, and I did, but I also need help, okay? Because there's a lot of families that are needing to relocate, evacuate, and they also need to eat, okay? So, as a lot of you may already know or not, because I don't know how informed a lot of my viewers may or may not be, um, most, if not all, of the Palestinian people are being starved to death. On top of that, they are being moved from North Gaza, if I'm not mistaken, to the south, okay? Could be wrong, but I believe that's they're evacuating, okay? So a lot of these families are being misplaced and they need to evacuate. They need money to do that, and I need your help, okay? So again, that's the first way that you can help is by donating directly to these families, which I'm going to share a lot of GoFundMe links that will go directly to these families. I have helped every single family that I'm sharing with you, okay? Because I'm not just sharing links and I'm not donating. No, I've donated to every organization that I'm sharing, to every GoFundMe, to well, not every store, but I did buy clothing. Well, this sweater and a little hat for the winter from one of the stores that I'm also going to share with you. We'll have two stores that I'm going to share in the link in which the proceeds, I don't know if all or most, go into helping Palestine. Okay. So those are two ways. Donate directly to the families. You can donate by buying clothing and accessories. Number three, you can help by posting. If you don't have the funds, which I know a lot of people may not, okay, especially in this economy right now, you can repost, 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 repost. Why? Because if you're not able to help these people with cash, 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 you can help them by putting their info out there so that other people that have the cash can donate. More importantly, a lot of people can see what's going on. A lot of people that don't know what's really going on in Palestine, like I did, and I have to keep it real. And that's why I'm not being harsh with um, the people that are not posting, the people that are not doing, because a lot of people like myself don't watch the news. I rarely watch the news. I rarely turn my TV on. My TV barely goes on, okay? So I understand how a lot of people are really out of touch because they're not watching the news. And if they do watch the news, they're not getting the reality of what's going on. Why? Because Israel has blocked, has banned international journalists from going into Palestine. So that's another issue. But I'm pretty sure now most people are aware of what's going on due to Instagram, due to TikTok, due to Twitter, or any other social media platform. But I get it because I was one of those people. Not a lot of my friends on Instagram or Facebook were sharing posts. So my information about Palestine was really coming from my younger sister. Okay. And she was telling me, but it's not the same to hear a person tell you this is going on in Palestine, this is going on especially if you try to be disconnected from what's going on, like I was. Okay, so I'm not trying to um, put anyone down. I do feel like it's very difficult to see the images of children being unalived, of people in general being starved and not care. It's very um it's very difficult for me. Okay, I'm not talking for anybody else. Um, but I also understand how some people want to disconnect from it. Um, and I'll talk about that later. Okay, right now, the ways that you can help. So I mentioned donating directly. You can donate to organizations that you trust. Okay, so I'm gonna share two that I have personally donated to. Okay, I'm going to share two links of organizations. I'm going to label them organizations, so you can donate if you want to. I know a lot of people don't like doing that. Um, but these links that I'm sharing with you are links that, again, I've donated to. So I know that these are actual people that are in need. Okay. Um, and you can do your own research and donate to whatever other family you may find on Instagram. I'm just trying to give you the links that I've used, okay? So that you don't feel um, threatened, because I know a lot of people have a doubt in their mind that they might be hacked, um, that, their information might be out there, whatever. No, I used all these links. They were safe with me. So I can definitely um, share them with you, okay? Um, so you can donate directly to the families, donate to organizations, but buy clothing and accessories that's gonna um, help towards helping the Palestinian people. Repost, share the information, let others know that you care. Share the information. I think aside from putting eyes on these families, on these needy communities, because there's also teachers. Um, there's a lot of groups that um, and fundraisers out there. Okay, so just do your homework before you donate. Do your homework, okay, so that you know where your money's going. But aside from getting the eyes on these families that need food, need money, um, to move, etc., etc., you're also showing your friends this matters to me. This matters to me. This is what's going on. Because a lot of people are not awakened to what's going on for different reasons. Whether they don't want to be exposed to it, they don't want to connect to it. A lot of people have suffered so much, like myself, so traumatized. And this is why I understand certain people. If you've been through a lot of trauma, sometimes you avoid anything that may cause you stress, further trauma, um, depression. If you're very empathic, you just feel these things profoundly and they affect you. How do I know? Because I go through it, okay? Um, it's hard, but I don't want you to feel like, well, posting doesn't do anything. No, posting does do something. Okay, it shows people it's okay to care. It's okay to feel. I think we're living in a society right now or generation where it's cool to not care. It's cool to not have feelings. And it's uncool to have feelings, to care, to show emotion, to show that you're human. It's kind of sad, but I've noticed that because, to be honest with you, not many of my friends, and I'm not talking about real friends, okay, because I really don't have many, but I'm talking about people on my social media. Not many people are sharing these things. Not many people are standing up or even showing a side. A lot of people just want to completely disconnect, or some people are disconnected, which is even sadder. Um, but to every person has their story. I'm not here to put anyone down because I don't know what those people are going through, but I do want to tell you that if you care, you can make a difference, okay? You can make a difference by reposting, by posting, by showing other people, hey, I care. This matters to me. Because right now, it's happening with Palestine, but you don't know what may happen in a couple of years, next year. You don't know. I always try to put myself in other people's shoes. How would I like it if my children were going through this? If I were going through this? It's very difficult for these families to get in front of a camera and beg. And they have to do it. I would do it for my children. That's why it's been very hard to not help. I've been donating a lot. But once again, I need your help because there's a lot of families in a lot of need, in great need, a lot of babies. I'm going to share a link to this organization of this lady. I forget what country she's from. She's not from Palestine, but she put this little fundraiser together for malnourished babies. So I'm also going to share that link, and I'm going to label every link so you don't have to wonder what is this link for. I'm going to label every link, um, and I've kept in touch with some of these families. And again, it's very hard to not help them because they're in great need. So I never ask anything from you guys. I barely ask for help in any way, but I really, really would appreciate if you guys can help me with these donations. It would make a difference in the lives of these people, okay? So that's that. That was my main thing that I wanted to cover. Now, the second thing that I wanted to cover is that, this channel typically, most of my topics are in relation to narcs on a personal level, boyfriends, girlfriends, wives, husbands, significant other, friend, family member, etc., etc. The narcs in your personal life, okay? I think right now this is a spiritual um, war that's going on globally, okay? And we know who the narc. I don't even have to mention the narcs, the leaders that are psychopaths, that are narcs. I heard not long ago that every psychopath, not every narc is a psychopath, but every psychopath is a narc. Okay, and we know that what's going on right now is not right. We know that's not right, and we know you have to be evil to unalive children, to unalive pregnant women, to unalive civilians, to unalive journalists, to unalive uh, people that have nothing to do with your demonic agenda. Okay? That's wrong. We should know that. Nobody needs to tell us that that's wrong. And you know what? We also have to stop those narcs. I know that very often in this channel, I say we need to ignore narcs. The best thing to do with narcs is to ignore them. In this case, we should not ignore. We cannot ignore what's going on a humane level. We should not ignore it. Because if we ignore it, who's next? If we just let it go and do nothing about it, then the narcs who are leaders of the world are going to get away with literal murder, as they are right now. Okay? So we have to, in whatever way we can, whether it's donating, whether it's marching, I forgot to mention that, marching, writing letters to your governors or whoever, whatever leaders are in charge. I don't know. Come up with new ideas. There's always a way to help. Just like um, these 70, I think it's over 60 ships that are going into Gaza. I don't know if they're there yet. I think they're on their way. Okay. This was somebody's idea. Somebody came up with this idea to bring food, medicine, and goods into Palestine. Okay. So you can come up with your new idea, a new effort, a new movement so that we can help the people of Palestine. Share, repost. Don't worry about the aesthetics of your page because that shouldn't be more important than helping other people. Okay? When you repost your actual, well, the first, what people see first, your main page, is not going to be affected. Okay? So if you repost things, if you share under your stories, it's not going to harm your page. Okay? More likely than not, people are going to look at your page and be like, somebody who cares. Somebody who cares. How rare? How rare? Because most people, from what I've noticed, most people are not reposting about what's happening in Palestine. I don't know if they don't care. I don't know if they don't want to connect. I don't know what's going on, but I do see that most people don't share the information, don't look to be bothered by it, don't look to be affected by it. They're still posting selfies. Not that there's anything wrong. I post my selfies every now and then, but I think a lot of people are just completely out of touch, completely out of touch with what's going on right now with the climate um in the world, okay? Um, and it's kind of sad to watch. It's kind of sad to watch because I was asking myself, are we becoming so narcissistic that if something as tragic and disgusting and evil and cruel is happening in the world to other people, other children, if as long as it doesn't happen to us, we're okay? Are we becoming so narcissistic as a people that we stop feeling empathy for other people who are suffering greatly, tremendously, unfairly? I don't know. I don't know. But I was asking myself that question. So that was my video. I'm going to, like I said, share all these links, label them so you know I love my little sweater. It's very comfy. I got it from Wear the Piece. The material is really soft. Okay, I haven't washed it yet. It's my first time, no, my second time wearing it. And I love it. And I love hoodies. I'm a hoodie girl. And I got a little hat to go with it. Um, so yeah, I highly recommend it. I'm going to share my links. Please donate. Please help um, the people of Palestine. They need you. And that was my video for today. I will see you guys next time. Bye.